So let us talk about relationships, about love.
Yes.
So, I was reading about Rabindranath Tagore. You would have heard about him for sure. You would have known him.
Yeah.
I was reading about him few days back, and his views on this most intense, burning emotion, which is love. And what I feel that he's one of the very few people in my eyes who had the capability to offer love and to live the life intensely. So, what really touched my heart is his thoughts on the love. And let me share a few of his thoughts. What he said, that this love, it is a gift that cannot be given. And just try to, absorb these lines. It is a gift that cannot be given, but it simply awaits to be accepted. You feel gratitude when
Yeah.
someone else accept your love. He also said very rightly, which many people are saying this these days, that love never claim the possession. It simply knows that it is important to give the freedom in the relationship. And the last very beautiful line that touched me, and which is so apt in today's scenario, he said that while God waits and want his temple to be built only with the emotion of love, the man is simply bringing stones for the temple. Just the bricks and the stones with no trace of love anywhere. While the God simply is looking for the emotion of the love that is sufficient for him. So if I translate that to in today's times, if I can say, so love is not a manicured hand or a waxed leg or a red lipstick or a six-pack abs. It is something very different. And if we can look at it closely, it is just the need of the mind to settle into the peace with our own self. Not that idea of that the peace will only come with that particular person, not by seeking others' company. It is true, but it sometimes looks hard to digest that without that specific someone else, how can I be peaceful? It all looks chaos. So when a woman, or I work with a lot of people, when a woman, or let's say men, he says that Ajay, I really found that woman and she's the one. She can complete me. Now this person is always going to fail into the relationship. This man has put a very impossible burden upon the another person, on his or her to be partner. And that burden is that this person will come and bring peace in my life. And peace, it is not at all something to be found outside. It has to be looked inside. We will try to do that through all the different practices, starting from today. So we have to understand that our very first relationship can never be with the world. It has to be with our own self, with our own peace. The peace inside us we can refer as God, universe, our own inner self, whatever. We can give any name to that peace. But if you are content within yourself, how? With the discussions that we are going to have, with the practices that we are going to do, that will help. So when we meet a person, and we have to see what kind of relationship he has with himself or herself, then only you can come to the conclusion if your relationship with that person is going to work or not. If he is at war with himself, it's not going to work. Just observe, and you can very easily notice if he is at peace and compassionate towards him first, and then towards others. If he is, he can be the one you're looking for. Let's take an example. I see a lot of people walking around in the park, on the roads. Sometimes I see a couple walking hand in hand, lost in each other, nice romantic evening in the market or in a park. And sometimes on the side of the road, let's suppose there is a sick child, very sick child. But none of the two bothers to even look at him. So what I'm trying to say that now observe that this particular man who have no concern for the sick child, can he has the concern about the other person, about his girlfriend or the wife in future? Because today the sick child does not fulfill any of the man's needs, so he pays no attention. Very soon a point will come when his wife or his girlfriend will not be able to fulfill few of his needs, let's say emotional or physical or whatever. Then this man 100% is going to ignore her in a equally humiliating way. That happens, right? So what I'm trying to say that always look for a person who is at peace with himself. At least this is the basic fundamental need. Is he sensitive towards himself? Is he sensitive towards everything around him? Let it be people, let it be animals, even plants. And if you find a person who is this much compassionate and sensitive towards everything around him unconditionally, then I'll say that then you please try to have him in your life. And for that also you need to work on yourself. Then he may be the one